moments. Remember last week it was Michael Ray to get the win. So every week it has been a wide open crapshoot.
It certainly has, Matt. And of course, last week we saw early in the event, Michael Bennett looked very strong, and Tommy Fern got involved in a little jingle, came back strong, but not as strong as usual. Now also coming back to the competition is Ryan Fern with that number 12 car. He's been very racy before he hit at a ton coming off turn number 2 here at Stafford a couple of weeks back. The double greens are out, and we are racing Stafford style. Full body thunder as it rumbles down into turn number 1. And it is Tyler Leary, a champion at the Monadnock Speedway, with Paul Arute in the Supreme Industries machine running in the catbird seat. Meanwhile, we've got side-by-side racing in the battle for the 3rd spot.
And it looks like Kevin Gambacorta is trying to get there ahead of Michael Bennett. Almost a 3-wide scenario behind our second-place car of Arute. Trouble for Keene as he has spun out, but he is going to be able to drive on the safety road. So we will stay under green, and Tyler Leary will stay in the top spot.
It's a swarm of bees contending for the 3rd spot, and there is literally 6 cars, now make it 7, contending for that position. Michael Bennett, the Magnum, and the Aubuchon hardware car set in the 3rd spot. Meanwhile, coming to the front of the class, here comes car number 14, and that is Cliff Saunders. Gambacorta, who was disappointed last week in his run, doesn't look disappointing tonight at all, as that neon orange and black number 23 goes to the outside of Saunders, and Tom Fern's got the best seat in the house to watch, but he's not a watcher, he's a contender.
And it is Big Al Saunders. He's trying to machete his way underneath Gambacorta, and it looks like he is going to complete the mission. So Big Al has coasted into the top 5. Will he take Tom Fern with him? Before Fern can get with Saunders, he has to deal with Gambacorta.
3 wide as they come off the turn, and it is Gambacorta who backs out of it just a bit. Ryan Fern is following Tom Fern to the front of the class. Now, Joe Ham, the official welder of the Stafford Motor Speedway, he had that car completely apart and welded it all back together. So now Ryan Fern is looking very strong, and here comes Wayne Corey Jr. Matt, he started in a scratch position, and he is already among the top cars. Wayne Corey has now moved into the 8th spot. Gambacorta is 9th, and Michael Ray is 10th.
Wayne Corey said he would love to race here every week, but his schedule just doesn't permit it. When he's here, he has a lot of sunshine, like right now, as he tries to grab a spot away from Big Al Saunders.
Look at that
best battle, 3rd and 4th. Bennett holding on, but here comes Cliff Saunders as he tries to ricochet his way underneath the 31.
Well, it appears that Bennett's got the outside lane, but he left the door open. There's room at the end this time, and the guy that's moving in, baggage and all, seems to be Saunders. All of a sudden, Saunders slips up the hill. Tom Fern is there, and Michael Bennett shows his championship style to move back into the 3rd spot. Meanwhile, in single file, further back to the bottom of the top 10, but now here comes Tom Fern. He's going to waste no time at all with a bottom shot move down to turn 3.
He is all over Bennett like an eye patch on a pirate, and here he comes, and he is going to razzle-dazzle his way into the top 3. So Tom Fern is on the move, and he still has a long time, 22 laps to get to the top spot. Ryan Fern having a great battle. The yellow car on the inside, and he is trying to fight for a position against Cliff Saunders.
The Saunders twins are right there, and there's no question about it. Wayne Corey, car number 10, the white and red car, is also looking for some racing room. As they thunder back to the line, 8 laps are up on the board, now make it 9 of 30. The magic is still between that battle between Ryan Fern, Matt, who is back in that 5th position, and he is being pressured heavily, but now he shakes him off. And now all of a sudden, Michael Bennett seems to be running strong and in the tire tracks of Tommy Fern, who currently sits among the top 3 positions.
Ryan Fern is a 5th place driver with a fast car, so he will definitely be trying to move up. Best battle, Wayne Corey, as he almost slipped underneath Cliff Saunders. Let's see if he tries it again as they are able to bounce off the corner. Wayne Corey doing a great job. He can't make a mistake because Gambacorta is right behind him.
And now all of a sudden, look at Corey. He pulls to the inside. Saunders shuts the door. Corey is right there. That's the battle for the 6th and 7th position. The American sleeve bearing car. And all of a sudden, Ryan Fern is closing up the gap rather rapidly on Michael Bennett, who sets in the 4th position. Meanwhile, it's still Tyler Leary in a zone of his own at the front of the field. He has not had a good year in this late model division. He has struggled for the first quarter of the season, but he has found some magic here tonight.
And let's see if he can put that magic to use. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, trying to hang on to the number 2 spot, Paul LaRue. This is his best outing so far this year, but the warning signal was there because he knows Tom Fern is behind him, and you have to drive a flawless race or Fern will be all over your fire suit.
There's no question about it. You know, it appears that Paul LaRue is running strong tonight, but all of a sudden, Fern has literally shaken off Michael Bennett, and Ryan Fern has closed up the gap rather impressively there as well.
And Fern is in striking distance, so let's see if he has room to roam underneath Michael Bennett. It is Fern attacking Paul LaRue, and Tom Fern and Ryan Fern attacking Michael Bennett. The Ferns are busting loose.
They certainly are. It's a double team effort there. Meanwhile, Paul LaRue in the Steve Johnson prepared car, that Supreme Industries machine, he's holding off the opposition of the all-time winningest driver in this division. Tom Fern pulls to the inside, sinks it in at a ton. Paul LaRue pulls back into formation. Michael Bennett is still there, and here's Ryan Fern. 4 cars contending for position number 2.
They growl into turn number 2. It is Bennett making a move as he gets underneath Paul LaRue, and Ryan Fern is able to do the same thing.
Well, they rumble off the turn back down to the line. It is still a dogfight battle for the number 2 position. Meanwhile, Michael Bennett, he's come back to life, but Ryan Fern is the raciest car on the racetrack. That yellow machine not only is bright in color, but it's bright in running here tonight.
So that week off that car had, it seemed to bring out the best in it, as right now he's on the attack against Michael Bennett. Tyler Leary, the only yellow he wants to see is on the Napa billboard. He doesn't want to see it on the track because he is leading by about the length of the Grand Canyon over the number 92 of Fern. Tom Fern has done some amazing things in his career, Ben, but I don't know if they'll be able to catch Tyler Leary tonight without the help of a caution.
You know, we said before, Tyler Leary just hasn't had any luck at all this entire season so far. Tonight, he has found some magic. He is the fastest blip on the radar. He is out in front by almost a full straightaway. Fern still sets in second. Here comes Wayne Corey down underneath the 82 machine of Paul LaRue. Paul LaRue now drops back to the 6th spot as Corey moves up to position number 5.
And LaRue could drop back even further because here comes Gambacorta. He is poised to make a move up at the front. It's almost like group qualifying for Tyler Leary because he's all by his lonesome.
Something happened to the Ryan Fern machine. The front end of the car just dropped down. Something went awry. It just, as Ryan Fern was about to apply the pressure, that car, perhaps a flat left front tire on the number 12 machine, and what a heartbreaker for that young man. Well, he had a great run. Now let's go back to the 6th position. Gambacorta and Paul LaRue are side by side down into turn number 3.
And like a cobra, Gambacorta takes over that position. O'Leary's lead is still ginormous over Tom Fern, who now has to worry about Michael Bennett. Remember, all season long, the 31 would lose power as the race got longer. That does not seem to be the case tonight.
You're looking at the times. Michael Bennett's last circuit was a 1:47. Tom Fern's was a 2:17. The leader was a 1:10. Michael Bennett is coming. He is in a zone of his own, and he is putting the pressure on Fern. Wayne Corey has passed more cars than anyone in the field with car number 10. He currently sits in the 4th spot. And what about Kevin Gambacorta? He's up to 5, and then it's Paul LaRue in the 6th position, and the Saunders twins will follow. 7 circuits remaining. Michael Bennett is bump drafting with Tom Fern as they rumble off turn number 4 and down into turn 1.
2 adversaries who go back a long way, Tom Fern and Michael Bennett. And Bennett trying to find a little daylight underneath Tom Fern, and Fern, as his tradition, doesn't give him any. And here comes Bennett again. He is not giving up as they are able to lightning bolt their way into turn number 1.
Let's check the times again. On the last circuit, Bennett turned to 2.20. Fern turned to 1.90. That doesn't mean he's gaining. It just means he's being consistent.
Oh, trouble for Sorella. This might be what Tyler Leary does not want to see.
Richard Sariello goes spinning.
The rookie driver in the 69 car has brought out the first yellow of the race.
26 laps into the record books. Here's how they stand. Tyler Leary's commanding lead disappears like a Ray is coming back out of pit road. He's going to make it back. And Matt, we know that Michael Ray is a contender who's second in the point standings. So this is very important for him to get back out.
What I liked about Ryan Fern tonight, he was fast, but he was also smooth.
Yep, I agree
as he let the race come to him tonight. So a pretty good effort by the driver of car number 12, and I think he is going to be hot for the final 6 weeks of the season.
Well, Tyler Leary, it's been so long since he's been to the winner's circle here at Stafford. He is hungry. He was far out in front, had a commanding lead of a full straightaway. Tom Fern has more wins than anyone in this division. Michael Bennett has turned some heads. Wayne Corey has passed more cars, and Kevin Gambacorta is right there with Paul LaRue. But the caution flag is out. It was not a good start.
Fern looked like he was fired out of a skeet shooter, and they will regroup.
It was race controlled, and race director Scott Tapley, who has to keep the playing field fair, took a look at it, didn't like it, radios to the communication to the starters, Bill Callum and Mike Helberg on the starter stand for this evening's presentation. Here they come again. They pass the Napa billboard off turn number 4. 25 shows on the board of 30. 1 leader so far. Green, 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 and they're racing to the bottom of turn number 1. And Leary has just enough giddy up. But look at Fern on the outside and look at Michael Bennett. All of a sudden, Leary's loose. 3 wide. Bennett goes to the grass. Thinks twice of it.
And going sideways is Leary, opening up the door for Bennett. Here comes a 31. Leary trying to hold him up. Fern making a move on the outside. Leary in trouble.
Leary is loose as a goose down into turn number 2. Leary is still sideways. Bennett is climbed on top of Leary. Down the back straightaway. A mad scramble with Leary.
Around goes Leary into the grass.
Wow. The complexion of this event has drastically changed.
Wow, that was one of the most exciting laps of the season. Leary looking like a balloon with the air coming out of it.
But 31 comes down on pit road for Michael Bennett.
That has to be a very frustrating turn of events for Tyler Leary, who led for the first 25 laps.
Sure did.
Then the yellow came out, and then all of a sudden, everybody was all over that number 11 of Leary, and finally he was kicked into the dandelions outside of the front straightaway.
So, Matt, we've got 4 circuits remaining. I think the big story here is, will Leary be able to pick off a few more spots and come to the front? He did have a superior car early in this feature event. There's no question about it when he had that commanding lead. Here's 2 of the great veterans in this division. It is Fern to the inside, Gambacorta to the outside, and Wayne Corey. Now Corey sneaks down underneath Gambacorta. Here comes Saunders, and don't count out Paul LaRue.
Well, Paul LaRue is back into commission in car number 82. Best battle, second and third. Wayne Corey on the inside trying to tucker Gambacorta out. And Wayne Corey, he has missiled his way into second. Gambacorta hits the wall.
Gambacorta bounces off the wall, comes down across, makes a little contact with Saunders. Saunders a little bit sideways this time. Paul LaRue sees all of this in front of him, and he's going to be a factor. And car number 31 is coming back, but it is 1 lap down in the competition. Popsicle sticks are up. 2 circuits remain. Tom Fern. Why is this win going to be an important victory match?
He will be in third on the Stafford all-time win list. What a job by Cliff Saunders as he was able to wiggle his way into third. The lead is up for grabs between Fern and Wayne Corey. Corey, a part-time player, giving it a full-time effort.
They come off the turn, the white flag is out, and Corey's giving it his all. Side-by-side racing for the 5th position, Paul LaRue and Gambacorta. They come down the back straightaway. Tom Fern steps on the gas, comes off the turn like a rocket. 2 turns left in the competition. Wayne Corey reels him in. off the turn. Corey is right there on the back bumper. To the stripe they come. Tom Fern will take down the win. It will be Corey to finish in second. The 14 of Cliff Saunders for third. Al Saunders will finish in fourth. Michael Ray to finish in the fifth spot. Unofficially in sixth.
Well, with fans watching all over the world on Fans Choice and here, you've just become the third winningest driver. You're ahead of Bugsy Stevens now. There's a lot of stickers on this car, not much room for many more, but I think you're going to find some room after a win like this. How are you feeling after coming from close to the back and working your way all the way up to the front in a crazy race like that?
Well, like I said, the last 4 years I learned a little more patience there, and it's paying off. So, yeah, I know we were up till 1 o'clock last night putting this thing back together from last week there, and I got to thank my crew, number one. Those guys were there till 1 in the morning with me, and it's a lot of work putting this car back together, and it's close. We can get it better, so we'll come back next week. But, you know, King Ward Coach Lines, Safeco Foam, Sun Valley Fire Equipment, Whip Sporting Goods, JR Sweeping, you know, those guys help us get the parts we need to be here every week. And Joe Ham Chassis, Rad Auto Machine under a hood, John Williams, and Buzzy with my drivetrain. You know, we got to thank Hoosier Tire, Independent Wheel, Sunoco Race Fuels, iRacing, Call Before You Dig. Yeah, just and my wife spotting up there telling me take it easy, you know, and just got to thank her for being here every week with me and enjoying this thing as a big family.
Well, a champion among champions, Tom Fern, always thanks his wife every week and always has a great run. Goes out and wins the race after coming from the back and says, we can make that car better after working on it till 1 in the morning. Let's throw it over to John, where the number 10 car had quite a run.
Yeah, Wayne Curry, man, good piece of driving tonight, man. A lot of fun watching that number 10 come through the pack tonight.
Oh, it was a lot of fun being behind the wheel of that thing tonight, man. It's we've struggled. We skipped a few races in the beginning. Really had to get used to these new tires. Finally got a decent setup under the car, and it was going well tonight. So I'm excited, and I just want to say thanks to my dad, who really carries the weight during the week. Also thanks to my brother Jim, Pete from Valley Auto Machine, my wife for being very patient with me, and all my kids at home. So and thanks for all the fans for coming out tonight.
Absolute class act, a good driver too. The veteran driver Wayne Curry in car number 10. Let's talk to Cliff Saunders. And Cliff, 14 car was coming up. I'll tell you, that was a wild race, a lot of fun to watch. But the 14 car was coming.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Towards the start, the car was really good. I felt pretty good about it, and then it started going away. And actually, after that last restart, it was pretty bad. I was just really hanging on. Just had no grip, and the brakes were starting to go away. So it was pretty tough. I was actually kind of surprised to finish third. It was just kind of a crazy race. Just got to thank everyone who's helped me out. American Sleeve Bearing, Rob Davis, B.A. Museo, Rad Auto Machine, Williams Race Gears, Johnson Memorial Medical Center, Strep Family Chiropractic, my spotter Brandon, everyone on the team, my mom, everyone who's helped me work on the car, Rob Russell for doing the setup. Definitely didn't expect to be third after the way the race started, but it was a good finish.
All right, man, good job driving. Cliff Sanders, third place in tonight's late model main event. He drives car number 14.
And there was a change in the
Morning, I'm feeling down. It's always life such a drag. And I can help but stare at my cue. Think about what good times we had. Every day was a Saturday. 'Cause I ain't got a thing to do. Have a good time. That's right. Just won't have a good time. All night. That's right. That's right. I got some cold shit on some ice. And all the fellas coming. Gonna drink us a beer tonight. Try to find me a girl or two. I hope you find me a redhead. 'Cause I've never been a one, but I bet it'd be a good time. That's right. Just won't have a good time.